There we go. So coming on to the top of our mat to start with today, guys. I'm going to get straight into it. Take a nice big roll out through the shoulders. Big deep breath in and out. And opening out to our Tadasana or mountain pose, where we're going to start today. So the palms might open out to the front slightly. Taking a few big deep breaths in here. Make sure your head is stacked tall over your shoulders. And taking another big deep breath, or 2 or 3 here. Maybe closing down the eyes if that feels good. And checking in with yourself. How is your body feeling this morning? Maybe take a little rock forward and back. And see how that feels. If you do one thing this morning throughout our class, really making sure that you're checking in with your body. Beautiful. Then from here, inhale, lift the arms on all the way up. And then exhale, bring the hands down to heart center again. Take another big deep breath in here. Inhale, lift the arms on all the way up overhead, reach tall. And then bring the hands down through heart center. Taking one more big deep breath in here. Maybe side out. Maybe one more like that. Big deep breath in. Maybe a sigh out. Beautiful. And then from here, inhale, arms to lift on up again. Exhale, take a fold forward. Taking a halfway lift. And then exhale, folding forward. Beautiful. Take a ragdoll pose here. Maybe grasping opposite elbows. Maybe take a little sway side to side. Check in with your back and your neck. Keep the knees nice and bent here to support your low back. And maybe checking in, how is this feeling here? Beautiful. Release the hands on down to the mat. Beautiful. Take a halfway lift and then exhale to fold. Stepping back on that right leg. So a nice long step back here. Really push the heel back, taking a little stretch through the calf here. Take a round through the spine and then inhale to open up, getting a little bit of mobility here. Exhale to round through and then inhale to look up. Beautiful. Exhale to round through. Inhale to look up. So drop that back knee down now. And then inhale, lifting on up. So a little bit of active, like muscle activation happening here. So hinge the hips forward and down, getting a stretch through that front or that back hip flexor. So your right hip flexor. Taking a little stretch here. Beautiful. From here, bring the hands back behind your head. Inhale. And then exhale, release the hands on down to the mat, stepping it back to all fours. If you've got a grippy mat like mine, your foot might get a little bit stuck. Take a little rounded cat-cow here, so inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. Inhale to look up, and then exhale, round through, getting rid of any stiffness here in the back. Inhale, looking up, and then exhale to round through. One more, inhale to look up, and then exhale to round through. Beautiful. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Tuck the toes under, pushing back up to down dog. So that cat-cow, if you're feeling like your high to low plank doesn't work for you later in the class, or you want something a bit more gentle, that cat-cow is always an option. Take another couple of breaths here. So pedal out the feet. Make sure the body is in a nice upside down V shape here. So the hips are tilted up nice and high to the sky, and you're points of your elbows, so the bony bit of your elbow is pointing back around to the back of your mat. Coming back to center here. Beautiful. Take another deep breath here. So you can stay on all fours if this down dog doesn't work for you as well. And then from here, lifting up to tiptoes and walk, step or float to the front of your mat. Maybe a little walk to start off with is always good. Take a halfway lift and then exhale to fold. Beautiful. Take that little sway side to side if that feels good. And then rolling all the way up to stand. Nice. From here, inhale, lift the arms on up, and then exhale to fold. Beautiful. We take a halfway lift here, and then exhale, folding. Beautiful. Little sway side to side. Beautiful. From here, we step back on the left leg. We're going to take exactly the same thing on the left leg this time. So, really push that left heel back. You might need to adjust your feet, stance a little bit longer, potentially. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. And then inhale, looking up. And then exhale to round through your spine. Inhale to look up. And then exhale to round through. As you take these, you'll notice a bit of a change in the sensation through that right hip. And exhale to round through. One more. Inhale, looking up. And then exhale to round through the spine. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Drop that back knee down. And then inhale to lift on up. Low lunge on the other side. Take another couple of breaths here. Really opening up here. Drop those hands down behind your head. Take a little baby back bend. Maybe open through the shoulders a bit. And then exhale, bring it on down to the mat. Stepping it back. Take out a little round of cat-cow here. So inhale to look up. Then exhale to round through. That's it. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more here. Inhale. And exhale. Coming back to a neutral spine here. Tuck the toes under, pushing back up to down dog. Beautiful. Option to take a little pedal out here through the feet if that feels good. Beautiful. Take another breath in here. Belly draws in. Beautiful. And then from here, lifting up to tiptoes and then walk the feet forward. So still warming the body up here. That's it. Take a halfway lift. Then exhale to fold. Take that little ragdoll, a little sway side to side if that feels good. And release the hands on down. Rolling all the way up to stand. Nice work. Let's move on here. Inhale, lift the arms on up. And then exhale, folding. Inhale, we take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Beautiful. Push those heels, push the heel back. Take that little round through the spine. Inhale to look up. Then exhale to round. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And plant the hands. Stepping back. High plank. Drop the knees on down. And then high to low plank here. On the knees to start with. So lower all the way to the mat, sensing into how your shoulders are feeling, upper body. Inhale, curl the shoulders back, and then exhale to lower. Let's take one more here. Inhale, roll the shoulders back, exhale to lower. Tuck the toes under, pushing back to down dog. Beautiful. Take a little pedal out through the feet if that feels good. Awesome. From here, starting to build on. Inhale, lift up that right leg. Beautiful. Exhale, bring the knee to nose. Hover it. Starting to warm up here. Step it through. Give it a helping hand if you need. You can grab the ankle with the hand and help it through. Beautiful. From here, drop that back knee down. Inhale to lift on up. That low lunge again. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. Awesome. One more breath. And then exhale. Hands coming on down to the mat. Tuck the toes and we step it forward. Take a halfway lift and fold. That's it. Inhale to lift on up. Bring the hands to heart center. Beautiful. Inhale, arms to rise. And exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back on the left leg this time. Beautiful. Take that little round of cat-cow here. Inhale to look up. Then exhale, round through. Noticing how this changes the sensation in that right front hip. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Exhale to round through. That's it. Coming back to a neutral spine. Plant the hands, stepping back to high plank. Dropping the knees down to the mat here with control. And lower on down to the mat. Nice and controlled. Inhale to cobra. Light fingers here. Exhale to lower. From here, mixing it on up a little bit. Bring the hands to the outside of your mat. And then inhale, lifting up into a striking cobra. Exhale, lower that right shoulder down. And then inhale, lift. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale to lift. And then exhale, lower on down to the mat. Bring the hands on in. Tuck the toes. Pushing back up to down dog. That's it. Take another breath or two here. Nice work. Take a pedal. Come back to center. And then inhale, lifting up to tiptoes, walking the feet. Actually, no, we're going to lift our left leg up. I better remember where we're up to. Bring that knee forward, hover for a moment and step it through. Give it a helping hand if you need. And then from here, we're going to drop that back knee down. Inhale to lift. Take another breath or two in here. Sink the hips forward and down, stretching, opening through that hip flexor. Take another breath in here. And then exhale, hands coming on down to the mat. Tuck the toes under and stepping forward. That's it. Take a halfway lift and fold. That's it. Inhale, lifting all the way up. Bring the hands to heart center. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift the arms on up. And exhale, folding. Take a halfway lift here. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back. Right leg. Beautiful. From here, we take a little twist. One of my favorites. Lift that left arm up. Exhale, release it on down. Stepping back. High to low plank here. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So use the knees there if you need. And exhale, back through to down dog. Really working through the core here. Take another breath or two here in down dog. And then inhale, lifting up that right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to nose. Roll it on through. Beautiful. Inhale, lifting on up. Crescent lunge. From here, we lower all the way down to the mat with control. You can bring the hands down behind your head. Take a little back bend. Keep those back toes tucked. Exhale to fold it forward, half Hanuman. Beautiful. Inhale to lift on up. Lift that back knee up. And then exhale, open it out, warrior two. Inhale, flip reverse, straighten that front leg. Come back to center, reach to Trikonasana. Beautiful. So that flows quite fast. But we're going to do it a couple of times so you'll get the hang of it. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift on up. Pivot the toes and sink to goddess pose. Beautiful. From here, inhale, lift on up. Bring that right arm under left. Step it on up. Cross it on over for eagle pose. Beautiful, nice work. Lift those arms on up. If that bind of the arms is not for you, you can give yourself a hug. Wobbles welcome here in this balance. Lifting on up to stork pose. And then exhale, release it on down. Beautiful. Inhale, lift the arms on up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping on back with the left leg. Inhale, we take that twist. Right arm lifts. Exhale, release. Plant the hand, step back. High to low plank. That's it. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Strong core here. Take another breath or two here. And then inhale, lifting up through the left leg this time. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Hover and step. Inhale, lift up to crescent lunge. And then exhale, release it on down to the mat. Strong and controlled. Hands come behind the head, little baby back bend. Exhale, release to half Hanuman. Straighten through the front leg. Keep the hips facing forward. Inhale to lift on up. Rise with control. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Settling yourself in. Flip and reverse. Straighten through that front leg. Bring the hands to heart center. So really stretch the arms out. Reach forward. Exhale, tilt to Trikonasana. Taking another breath or two here. So keep the core on. You can adjust the hips slightly if you need. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift and rise up. Pivot the toes. Sink to goddess pose. That's it. Nice work. Set your feet up. Keep the tailbone tucked under slightly. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's lift on up. And then exhale, windmill all the way through. Step that right leg through. Right arm comes under left. Take the bind of the legs. Bind to the arms if the arms are accessible. Otherwise, give yourself a hug. Take another breath or two here. Wobbles, welcome. Inhale, lift the leg up and replace it down. Opening out to Tadasana. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lift the arms on up, and then exhale to fold forward. Take a halfway lift and fold. This time we're going to sink into a chair pose. Exhale, release it on down. Coming into our chair pose. Keep the tailbone tucked under slightly. Belly draws in. You can cactus the arms if that feels better on your shoulders. Take another breath or two here. Strong chair. Nice. Bring the hands to heart center. And from here, we're going to shoot our right leg back. That's it. Nice. Coming into a twist. Release the left hand down. Twist. Release. And step left leg back. High to low plank. Use your knees if you need. Inhale, up dog or cobra. So I don't want to see any hips dropping through that high to low plank. Exhale, back through to down dog. Taking a breath or two here. Really bring the core in, draw it in. Inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Hips stay level. Exhale, knee to nose, hover, and stepping it on through. Give it that helping hand if you need. Inhale to lift on up. Super strong. Exhale, we lower that back knee down to the floor. Strong and slow. Release hands behind head. Exhale, release. Half Hanuman. Beautiful. Roll it on forward. Inhale, lift on up. That's it. Nice work. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Flip the front palm, reverse. Exhale, come back to center, straighten. If you're not already, reach forward to Trikonasana. Take another breath or two here. Beautiful. Inhale, let's rise, flip reverse. Pivot those toes, and then exhale, sink to goddess pose. From here, keep that tailbone tucked slightly. Strong posture here. Inhale, sweep it on forward. Lift on up. Left leg over right. Take that bind of the hands if it's accessible. Left under right. Or give yourself a hug. Hover. You can start to challenge yourself by taking a little forward fold here if you would like. Beautiful. Inhale to lift on up. and release. Glutes should be working there to help keep yourself stable. Take another breath or two here. And then inhale, arms to rise on up. Exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Release the hands, sinking into our chair pose. Beautiful. Take your arms as you need. You can take cactus arms if you would like. Take another breath or two here. That's it. From here, bring the hands to heart center. We're going to shoot our left leg back this time. That's it. Nice. Release the hands. Coming into that twist. Bring the hands on down to the mat. Stepping it on back. High to low plank. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog. Strong core here. Take another breath or two here. That's it. We're going to lift up the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, bring knee to nose. Step it through. Then inhale, lifting on up. Crescent lunge. Beautiful. From here, with control, drop that back knee down. Hands come back down behind your head, stretching through the front of that right thigh. Exhale, release the hands, half Hanuman. Beautiful. Inhale, roll it on forward. Lift on up, slow and controlled. Beautiful, nice work. Exhale, open out, warrior two. Adjust the feet if you need. Inhale, let's flip and reverse. Straighten through that front leg. Come back to center and reach to Trikonasana. Strong core here. Keep your hips nice and stable. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, let's rise on up. Pivot those toes. Exhale, sink to goddess. Tuck the tailbone under slightly if you need. Beautiful. Inhale, let's lift on up. And windmill it all the way around. Right arm under left. Right leg over left. Beautiful. Wobbles welcome here. Fix your gaze on something that's not moving. Lift the elbows away from the chest. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift and release. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. We're going to take one more round of these, or one more round of this flow. We're going to build on a little bit here with a slightly different finish. So inhale, arms to rise. Exhale, folding. Inhale, take a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Plant the hands, stepping back, right leg. Beautiful. From here, we're going to take that twist. Exhale, release. Send it on back, high to low plank. That's it. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back through to down dog, flipping over the toes. All the knuckles of the hand push down in the mat, not just the heel of the hand, not just the fingertips. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, lifting on up through the right leg. Exhale, bring knee to nose, hover, and step it on through. Beautiful. Inhale, lift on up, crescent lunge, super strong here. And then exhale, lower on all the way down to the mat. With control, take that little baby back bend, shoulders stay away from ears. Exhale, half Hanuman. Inhale, release, coming on up. Nice. Exhale, open it out, warrior two. Inhale, we flip reverse. Come back to center. Straighten the front leg if you're not already. Reach. Trikonasana. So nice light hand through that bottom leg. You can use hand on shin for a little bit of support if you need. Try and use your core here to support your back. Pull the belly in. Use the glute muscles as well to help support your low back. Inhale, let's rise. Pivot the toes. Sink to goddess pose. That's it. Everything pulls in. Inhale, lift on up. Windmill around, step it on up. Left arm under right, left leg over right. This time, adjust your top leg, so the left leg, so ankle is over the knee. We're going to take an open eagle here. Forward fold, taking a little glute stretch, so it's kind of like a pigeon leg on the top. Take another breath or two here. Stretching through that left glute. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up. Exhale, release. Wobbles welcome here. Take another breath or two here. We've got second side here. Inhale, arms to rise. Exhale to fold. That's it. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Let's take a little chair pose here. So sinking the hips on down, working some strong legs here. Strong shoulders, pull the shoulders down, engage the lats down the back of the ribs, and then bring it on down, hands to heart center, folding forward. Take a halfway lift, exhale to fold, plant the hands, send that left leg back, nice and long and strong. Beautiful, inhale, take that twist. Last one here, exhale, release the hand, step it back, high to low plank. That's it, inhale, up dog or cobra, and then exhale, back through to down dog. Take another breath or two here. That's it, nice work. Inhale, we're going to lift that left leg high. Exhale, knee to nose, bring it on through. In, and from here, we're going to inhale, lift on up, crescent lunge. You know where you're going. Drop the knee down, slow and controlled. Bring the hands back behind your head. Open it out. Exhale, fold to half Hanuman. Beautiful. From here, inhale, lifting on up. Lift the back leg. That's it. Open out. Warrior two. Arms come out nice and long. Flip and reverse. That's it. Straighten. Come back to center. Reach to Trikonasana. That's it. Nice work here. Hold. Nice breath. Core on, glutes engaged. Lifting on up. Pivot the toes. Sink down. That's it. Take another breath or two here. That's it. Nice work. Lifting on up. And then windmill around. Right leg over, right arm under. Beautiful. Take that bind if that's accessible for you, sinking on down. Wobbles welcome here. Beautiful. We're going to take it into that open shape here. So bring the right ankle over the left knee and take a little fold forward, stretching into that right glute, like pigeon legs here. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up, let your eagle fly, and release it down. Beautiful. Take another breath or two here. Inhale, arms to lift on up, and then exhale, folding. That's it. Lift on up, and then exhale, release. Nice. So we're going to step on back. Right leg, then left leg. Beautiful. Lifting on up to this kneeling position. So we're going to come into a camel pose here. If you like to take a cushion or something underneath your seat, you definitely can. Option only, I've got my block. So we're going to start in this nice comfortable kneeling seat. Let the shoulders roll over and open out. Nice tall posture here, so set yourself up. Make sure you're nice and tall. From here, I'm going to come on up to a high kneeling position, so lift on up. Keep your knees and feet in line with your hips. And then we're going to bring our hands onto our hips, elbows point backward. So bring the hands to hips, elbows point backward. So the chest is going to puff open here. Inhale to lift the chest on up, and then exhale, drop it on back. Taking this funky looking little, what do we like to call it? This funky looking camel pose, back bend. That's the word I'm looking for, back bend. If you need to keep your chin tucked, that's always an option. I personally do because my neck always feels sensitive if I let my head drop back. If you've got the space, you can let your head drop back slightly if that feels okay, but just being very mindful of your neck and any issues that you might have. Take another breath or two here. Inhale to lift on up, and we'll take a seat here. So lower on back down. That's it. Take another breath or two here. Beautiful. Let the body settle for a moment. We're going to come into another round here. I'm going to do 3 rounds total. So I'm going to offer you a couple of different options this time around. Inhale to lift on up. If you feel up for it, you can tuck the toes under. So if that last version was enough for your back or anything like that, feel free to take that same version again. If you want a little bit more, roll the shoulders up, bring the hands on back. Inhale, lift the chest up, and then if you would like, you can drop the hands back, keep the hips forward, drop the hands back towards your heels. Take another couple of breaths here. Inhale to lift on up, hands to hips, and then exhale, release into your seat. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths here. Last one, lifting all the way up. Inhale to lift. Beautiful. Tuck the toes under here. And then I'm going to take a third round here. So, option to take either of the 2 previous variations, or you can take a flowing camel with me. So, if you're taking your flowing camel, bring the hands to the hips to start off with. Inhale to lift on up. We come in the same way. Bring the legs on back. Inhale, lift the opposite arm up and changing for your flowing camel. Take another couple here. Inhale and change. That's it. And change. And change. That's it. Couple more. And change. And change. Here we go. Bring the hands on back to the hips, come back to center, lift, and come back to your seat. Take another breath or 2 here. Beautiful. Take another breath or 2 here. And coming on through. So coming on through to all 4s. And we're going to bring the knees nice and wide here. Sinking down into something a little bit slower just for the last few minutes of our class this morning. We're going to fold on forward, taking a child's pose. So bring the forehead on down to the mat. If that's a bit too much, you can bring the hands underneath the forehead for a little bit of support. And taking a couple of breaths here. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths here. And then walk the hands and your head over to one side, taking a stretch through the side of the body. And then walking them off over to the other side. And then coming on back up to center, I'm going to flip on over, coming over to our back. So releasing, scooching the hips forward and coming to lie down on your back. You may choose to lift the legs up in the air here, because this is where we're going for our next shape. So I'm going to offer you two options here. The first option is simply legs up the wall or a happy baby. So two options here. If you want something a little bit more energetic and you feel like going there, you can choose to go for a shoulder stand. So if you're going for your shoulder stand, bring the legs up in the air, set up your arms, and you can use your core here to lift on up. Lift on up and bring the hands underneath your hips. Not quite working for me this morning. Just being, my back's feeling a bit sensitive, so I'm not going to push myself into a pose that doesn't work for me this morning. But shoulder stand is an option, or legs up the wall, or happy baby. So if your back's not feeling quite strong enough, quite stable enough this morning, then feel free to honour that and go for one of the simpler options. Beautiful. Take another couple of breaths here. When you're ready, slowly start to release. Shoulder stand slowly coming on out and stretching the legs out nice and long and coming into our final pose, Shavasana. Releasing the arms out to the side. Taking a few deep breaths here, letting the body be supported by the mat. Taking a couple of last deep breaths in here. Bringing a little bit of movement back into the fingers and toes. And then rolling over to your preferred side. And then lifting on up to a comfortable seat. Take a little roll out through the shoulders. Bring the hands to the heart center. Maybe dropping the head in gratitude to those who shared the practice with us this morning. Slowly releasing. Take one more deep breath here. Exhale, release. Cracking open the eyes if they've been closed. And thank you for joining me this morning, guys. Have an amazing rest of your day, whatever you have planned. If you've got any comments or questions, please let me know. Otherwise, hope to see you again soon. Thank you, guys.